Hello, people. How art thou? Mm-mm-mm. Mm. Happy Friday, y'all. Lord have mercy. It's been a week. Hopefully, y'all's week's going all right. We got some housewives to talk about. Thank God. What else would we do if we didn't? Talk to me about your week. What was the highlight of your week? What was the worst part of your week? Do you need to, vent about anybody? Just make sure they ain't going to come in here. This is a safe space. Let us know. But yes, happy Friday, everybody. I'm so glad that we made it. So let's talk. We're going to talk about some Housewives of Beverly Hills, the reunion. We've already talked a little bit about it, but we're going to continue the conversation because there's still so much conversation going on around Garcelle. So we're going to talk about Garcelle and how the women were coming at her at the reunion. We are going to talk about, y'all know what's coming Sunday, don't you? It's the day. That episode of Real Housewives of Atlanta is coming. Seems we're going to finally get to see everything go down between Kenya and Britt. I personally am not really looking forward to it. I don't know about y'all. Let me know how y'all are feeling. And are you currently, this is what I do want to talk about because I felt like, Bravo made their decision like before the season even aired and stuff. And I feel like a lot of people just off of what we heard were like, yeah, Kenya had to go. Kenya had to go. Well, then I felt like a lot of people when we watched last week, I saw several, statements online, tweets, etc., of people saying that they felt that she was maybe vindicated in what she did, not vindicated, but she was, provoked. So my question and what I'm curious about is, do we think everyone's going to change their opinion again when we see Sunday? Do we think that everyone will see how it actually went down with Kenya and Britt and then be like, okay, you know what? Kenya shouldn't have done that. I think we all agree that Kenya shouldn't have done what she done. But for me, I didn't even know that anything remotely close to what Britt said happened that maybe resulted in Kenya doing what she did. You know what I'm saying? So I'm very curious to see the online discussion and just the overall sentiment of viewers on Sunday when this all goes down. So it does go down at Kenya's Salon, which there was a interview that Cynthia Bailey did recently, sometime this week. And she said, she just felt like it was really unfortunate that this was Kenya's big moment, for her salon, and which is like a dream of hers, and that she felt that it was overshadowed by what Kenya did. So looks like we'll get to see the salon, but it might be the last time we get to see it, at least this season. So very curious. Like I said, will we change our minds when we see the full context? And also, I do feel like as Housewives viewers, I'm guilty of it too. We really do jump to conclusions really quickly, but I guess that's the point of the show, to keep us engaged. So let me know where you're sitting right now. Is it a team Kenya? Is it a team Britt? Are you undecided? Or are you not watching Atlanta? In which case I'm going to call you out because it's divine and everyone needs to be watching it. Thank you very much. Let's talk about Real Housewives of Beverly Hills a little bit. We just got here. What up, JC? How are you? Where are you watching from, JC? Tell me. We're talking about Real Housewives of Beverly Hills right now. And, there's just a lot of, especially because the uncensored episode came out on Peacock, so everybody was able to hear the rant of Garcelle's about Erika, uncensored. You know what I mean? And so people were like, God, that was good. But, I just want to get y'all's feelings on the Garcelle of it all. And do you think that she should have, maybe fought back a little bit when it came to Erika and, gave Erika a little bit what Erika was giving her? Or did she make the right decision and just removing herself from the show entirely? I was a little surprised, like when Erika, said the whole, I guess I just wish you were more interesting type thing. Like, girl, where'd that come from? Like, and I get it. Erika, I think Erika's a Cancer like me. So like our mouths do get the best of us sometimes. And I'm like, ooh, I didn't even mean that. Like, I don't know why I said that. Like, I literally didn't even think that, but it was a read. You know what I'm saying? Maybe that's why it came out. It was natural. So I really, I did feel for Garcelle because I felt like you could just see, I don't know, like kind of like the disappointment. Like she was just like, what the fuck is going on? You know, sorry for my language, but I just felt like she felt kind of blindsided a little bit. And I think that, oh, and then the Sutton of it all. Allegedly, her and Sutton haven't even spoken since the reunion. Now, again, allegedly, we don't know how true that is. I do think that if it weren't true, maybe Sutton or Garcelle would have maybe acknowledged that, you know, because it was kind of a pretty big headline this week. But that's not a good sign, you know, when real friendships take a turn after a dang reunion. Like, come on. Like, and I get it's possible, totally. But it's just unfortunate, you know. It's like, God, like, so we will see. JC, hey boo. Wichita, Kansas. Hey, but I'm from Savannah, Georgia. Okay, cool. East Coast, what's up? In my opinion, you think they set Garcelle up. They wanted her out. Okay, interesting. Who all is they? Erika, Kyle, Dorit? Is that what you're thinking? We'll see. Also, I'm really curious because we all know, you know, Garcelle Beauvais doesn't come with a small paycheck. Like I know that Garcelle had to be a very, you know, expensive casting. So I'm really curious what decisions they are going to make as far as casting goes, because I feel like it probably is they got a lot more money that they can do some stuff with. So are we gonna go vintage? Are we gonna bring somebody back from Housewives past? Are we going to, you know, keep it in the newbie element and keeps, you know, get somebody else that's new in there, some new blood? Would you like to see? I'm like, I think every show is different. Like sometimes you need somebody familiar, and then sometimes you need all new. Like I think there's no rhyme or rhythm to it. Um, I personally think Beverly Hills could handle another newbie. And I like when they bring in like a newbie and like a past person at the same time. Like let's get just like a little bit of, you know, a mix. Let's do that. You know, bring back a friend or a former housewife is like a friend of, you know, and then give the new girl the full time. I don't know. So let's see. There was distinct body language between Andy, Kyle, and Erika. I don't know how to explain it. You think Andy was in on the setup? Oh, girl, that's messy. Lord have mercy. Well, let me just find something. We're gonna. Oh, really? Why would he want to be in on it? I think that he's sad that Garcelle's leaving. At least that's what I think. You know. Um. Oh, let's also talk about too how Dorit basically said to Kyle, like, "You're friends with executives on the show. Like, don't you think if my job were in jeopardy, like you would have like known that for sure? Like, it would have been a common thing." And Kyle's like, I said what I said, you know? Um, so I just think it was funny. Like, Kyle's basically like, don't make me call Alex Baskin, you know? Oh, Lord. Sorry. I don't know why I think that's so funny, but I love that Dorit is going there, bosses and all. She said, ain't nobody off limits. Alex, get a mic on and come sit down. We got things to talk about. Um, what else over in Beverly Hills? Let's see. Also, I want to say I was watching earlier Bravo by Gaze. If you listen to Bravo by Gaze, you need to go. He was doing a whole breakdown of the whole Garcelle thing today. So go check it out. And I don't know. Like I said, I feel bad for Garcelle because I think that her decision to leave was I don't know. I think it all definitely came from the reunion. I do think maybe there were some negative things that led up to that. But I hate when things like this happen where like where there are housewives and things like are kind of going cool, and then it's like out of nowhere their entire Bravo existence is just kind of gone or shifted. Like now she's, you know, taking a step back, kind of like Kenya. Like Kenya went into this season like with a major victory. Like it was season 16. The network took months and months and months and months to figure out their vision and the path forward, and she was included in that path. Um, we went to bed one night. Kenya was a Atlanta cast member. We woke up the next day and Bravo was making decisions. Like, it's crazy to me how things can just shift so quickly, out of nowhere. Kind of scary, to be honest with you. So we'll see. I'm curious. Part 2 of the reunion should be airing Tuesday, and I think we're getting a 3-parter. So that means we got one more episode after that, and then it's time for our Beverly Hills ladies to take a little break. Let's see what else we got to talk about today. Also, if y'all have anything you want me to talk about, any other like specific topics or anything that's going on, let me know. Let's talk about it. Let's kiki. JC, what are you doing this weekend? Anything fun? You're going to whoop it up? You better. I don't think I'm a little too tired to whip it up personally. Also, Sunday isn't only for Atlanta, y'all. We got White Lotus. The finale is finally coming Sunday. Does anybody here watch White Lotus? I personally, helping your sister-in-law move. Oof, girl, fake a cold. Fake it, you know what I'm saying? Fall and twist that ankle the first box out the door. Just get yourself out of commission real quick. Save yourself. Enjoy your weekend. Don't be moving. Anybody that's not yourself. Yes. So White Lotus Sunday. Very excited about it. But also, like, is anybody else kind of frustrated with this season? I don't even like to say it. I wish I hadn't even said that. Like, I don't want there to be a world in which I ever am let down by White Lotus. And not let down. I just feel like there could have been a little bit more. And I get that, like, that's their vibe. Like, you have all this mysterious stuff happen, and then at the end it's like chaos, but things like tie together, and I'm cool with that. But I need a little bit of something along the way. Like, I can't even keep list of all the storylines that are going on right now. I literally need a list. Like, and people are like, what are your theories? What are your theories? Which one? Because there's about 18 things going on right now that I can recall. And I know there's probably 18 others that I don't recall. So Mike White, brilliant, but give me something, So that means that Sunday, don't be on your phone. Close your computers. Don't tell anybody to call. Don't talk to nobody, because it is going to be jam-packed of all 89,000 storylines that have not been closed coming together all at once. And you're not going to be able to miss a moment, because if you look away for 1 second, you're going to miss something. So am I excited? Yes. Am I a little frustrated? Also, yes. You know what I mean? But I really am. I just love when there's like a good show on TV that like the entire internet is talking about, and like everyone's excited about. To me, there's nothing more fun. And obviously I'm the meme kid. Like, I love to make memes, but there's nothing more fun than there being like a collective moment or collective, joke that like people all over the world are into or are aware of and are laughing at all together, and everyone's putting like their spin on it, So that's what White Lotus is. It brings everyone together, even through chaos and frustration and some other things that we don't want to talk about on here, because this, like you said, JC, yes, this season really took a turn. A little too much, if you ask me. Let's see. I'm going to Google and see what else is going on in the world. Kandi Burruss. Oh, yeah. Did y'all see Kandi Burruss is breaking records with her Broadway powerhouse? It is starring Denzel Washington. Her play is. I think it broke like a I want to say like a box office record, like money. Let's see. Let's look it up. I love me some Kandi, man. Especially like now that she like left Housewives, it's like she's really making it known, like, I'm good. Thank you very much. They broke 2 box office records. Let's see. Oh, wow. Joe Biden and Anna Wintour were at the premiere. Gosh, okay. Yeah, so yeah, they broke 2 box office records. Listen, one thing about Kandi, cha-ching, baby. Like, Kandi stays making money. Kandi, she's a visionary in a weird way. You know what I'm saying? Like, she really, really sets out like a long plan and really sets to it. Like, it's amazing. Like, and she's done everything. So iconic. Love it. Lord, trying to finish this workday. Glad you're live. Listen, can we just be honest? I'm trying to finish this workday. What you don't see is angels under me holding me up because I have had to pray to God to just lift me through this last little hour or so. But we're here together. Thank you. I appreciate you. And, we're in this together, boo-boo. What I need you to do is get out of that moving thing this weekend because, like, I'm tired of thinking about it for you. You know what I'm saying? Like, also, what else? What else? I'm trying to think. Any other exciting Housewives happenings? I feel like it's been a little quiet this week. Still no Miami trailer. They got about 48 business hours. We'll give them 72 since it's set Friday before Bravo HQ hears from me or from an anonymous message because I'm too scared to piss someone off there. You know what I mean? Let's see. Also, I don't know if anybody knows this. I recently went and saw Heather McMahan, the comedian. She is absolutely fantastic. And she's a Housewives girly. So I was talking to her after her show, and she lives in Atlanta. And she is absolutely loving the reboot, which I was so excited to hear. And she loves Shamea. So I literally was just looking through Instagram and the picture she and I popped up. And it reminded me, like, it's always so nice whenever there's a, celebrity out there that's just like us. They're just like us. They like to sit at home and, figure out why Porsha was shading Shamea's song. Because that's what I want to know. Why would she do that? Did anybody think, well, we might have already talked about this. We're going to talk about it again. What were y'all's thoughts on Porsha thinking that Shamea's song was Drew? I thought that was hateful as a friend. Like, I'd be like, girl, don't do that. Like, come on, I feel like Shamea I feel like she should just like said something right then, maybe she's letting it all, I don't know. But also I guess she's kind of new to the game as far as full time goes. So maybe she's checking out her surroundings and letting things happen and seeing, I don't know, but I don't know. I almost felt bad for her in that moment. It just hit me. Sorry. Let's see. What else? I'll have any Housewives things that are on your mind this week? Anything you need to get off your chest? Who is your favorite housewife this week? Who's your least favorite housewife? Who would you go whoop it up with this weekend, JC? If you could get out of moving with your sister-in-law. You know what I mean? Another thing I wanted to say. I don't know if anybody saw this. It was a SiriusXM video. Cynthia and Dorinda, they were just talking about like these new age housewives and like they were just comparing themselves to like how, like back in the day, like they'd welcome production into their house and say, do your thing. Let me know what you need, have at it. Like as far as film me, I'm living my life, we're chilling. And they were like, now these new girls come in with like full glam squads and they have photographers that travel with them and stuff. And I'm all for the fashion and the glam. And I love breaking the fourth wall. But I hate that like feeling of like I'm getting glam to go film. You know what I'm saying? Like Vicky wasn't getting glammed for her when Lori came over to work in the home office. That's what I like. Like get glam, you know what I mean? And they were talking about how Cynthia said, she's like, I feel like they spend the majority of their Bravo pay on basically looking good for social media content, which I completely agree with. And I was wondering, probably legally, Bravo probably can't like put a stop to that, right? Or like put a little bit of a control on it. Cause I just feel like it does kind of change the tone of what's supposed to just be chill, unless you are, like Elisa Barlow, who has glam on retainer, which that's a story for another. That's a discussion for another live, ladies and gentlemen. Okay. All right. Well, everybody, if all hearts and minds are clear, speak now or forever hold your peace. I'm gonna let y'all get to your weekend, and I will be back here on Monday to talk with you about some more. Let's imagine. God only knows what's going to happen between now and Monday. Hopefully, it's something good and juicy, though. You know what I mean? Some real good goss. Let's see. Next week we're already going to be almost halfway through April next week, and so yeah, y'all meet me back here Monday to determine a plan to bully Bravo into giving us the Housewives of Miami trailers as soon as possible. Okay, because I'm tired of waiting. And before Alexi and Todd going to be married and divorced again by the time we get this next season. Okay, so I wish you all a fantastic weekend. Besos. Tell somebody around you that you love them. Tell them to whoop it up with them. Yeah, and be nice to everybody. Hope you all have a good one, and I'll see you next week. Toodles, woohoo!